just give us a few minutes, inshallah. Thank you all for coming. You know why we're all here, right? Can you smell the biryani? Pun intended, inshallah. So yeah, we just give us a few minutes. We're going to start. Last touches, inshallah. Jazakumullah. Assalamualaikum. They look, they were a little tired. That's what it was, right? That's how I felt, you know. So tomorrow, who do you think is going to win? Are we allowed to bet? Mom? Can we just make a pledge more interesting?
Not over these soccer games.
No, okay. So, oh, it's haram, okay. But we will do that in a pledge today. So let's see who can bet more money so your team wins. Who can donate more money so your team wins, right?
Hezbollah. That's the team that we want to win.
Oh, Hezbollah. Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
As we're live streaming.
Crazy.
The believers.
Believers, okay. Brother Zia had a question. He was asking, what was it? What was your question? Can we bet it is for charity?
Al-Muzayada, that's something that the Prophet ﷺ would do, for example, just like what we have here. The Prophet ﷺ would sometimes offer something, who would offer, so much for this, who would offer the most for this. That's something that the Prophet ﷺ would do sometimes.
Okay, so we'll see some interesting item. We'll put it on and see. There's a nice, beautiful, huge Quran. We can start bidding on that. It's a beautiful piece. Did you see that? That one at the end of the table? Big one, mashallah. If you have it, it's going to be in your living room and people will talk about it, inshallah. And also you would not have no excuse to not to read it. It's right in front of you, big Quran, mashallah. So inshallah, we will start in a few minutes. Brother Bill, are we ready? Listen, there is no mistake in this game, okay? They will all forgive us. Even we have bad food, which we don't. We have very good food today. And
Sister Aya knows when she's going to come up with the kids.
Sister Aya,
I don't see her.
where are you?
Probably downstairs.
Okay, we need to start with the recitation of Quran. And Sister Aya is in charge of the little angels that is going to recite. Well, we'll wait a minute or so. If not, Imam can start with the recitation.
Oh, yeah, so Brother Muhammad.
Where is this Muhammad Saad?
He's right behind you.
Oh. Yep, this is Saad, Egyptian.
He has a hoodie on.
Yeah.
Do you have a watch?
I know about 3 Saads, so I always get mixed up. Look at the brother. He's willing to give us $10,000. Right here. Right, brother? I'm kidding. I'm just beating around the bush. Trying to. Oh, it looks like a somebody's talking to somebody. 10-4.
I'm ready to go.
Ready to go? MashaAllah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillahi amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. We are going to start off our program in the best of ways, which is with recitation of the Quran. And to do that is a new member of our community, Brother Muhammad Saad Ismail, originally from Egypt. Now he's working on his PhD here, alhamdulillah, and has been a valuable asset to our community. And so I ask you all to listen attentively as he recites a few ayat from the Book of Allah and then provides the meeting, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تلهكم أموالكم ولا أولادكم عن ذكر الله ومن يفعل ذلك فأولئك هم الخاسرون. وأنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي أحدكم الموت فيقول رب لولا أخرتني إلى أجل قريب فأصدق
فأصدق وأكن من الصالحين ولن يؤخر الله نفسا إذا جاء أجلها والله خبير بما تعملون. O believers, do not let your wealth or your children divert you from the remembrance of Allah. And for whoever does so, they are the true losers. And donate from what we have provided for you before your death comes. Before the death comes to one of you, and you cry and say, My Lord, if only you delayed me for a short time, I would give in charity and be one of the righteous. But Allah never delays a soul when its appointed time comes, and Allah is well aware of what you do. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakumullah khair, Brother Muhammad. Barakallahu feekum. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. I want to thank you all for coming. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all, and may you be not disappointed to see me. Now, I want you all to ask yourselves, why are you here? I don't mean, why are you here in this masjid, the ICP right now, although we'll get to that inshallah ta'ala. So what do I mean? You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you for His worship, and that everything that Allah Azza wa Jal gave you as a test and as a blessing can be converted into worship likewise. And some of that is recommended, and some of it is more than that obligation. But what I really want to ask, or ask you to ask yourselves, why are you here, is what brought you to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh may or may not be your final destination in this country, nor on this most beautiful planet in Allah's creation. But it is part of your story, and part of your pursuit of something greater, something that we all call the American dream. What do you think of? What comes to mind when you hear those words, the American dream? The image that propagates the minds of most is a beautiful two-story home with a two-car garage and a well-manicured lawn in the suburbs and $1 million in the bank. A beautiful and accomplished family, trusting neighbors, and respect wherever you go. That's the American dream. But there's something missing in this dream, which could make it a nightmare if it's gone. And that is something that should be present in every American Muslim dream. The American Islamic dream. The Muslim and American and Islamic dream is more than just a place to pray. It is a place to gather, just as we are now. It is a place to find solace, to give your spiritual heart a cleansing and revival, a place to meet your best and nearest and trusted friends, a place that you might meet your future spouse, or your children might meet theirs. And so it's a place to get married, a place to seek counsel throughout all the stages of life, a place for education in faith, the unseen world around us, and learning how to balance our dunya, a place that will be the very last stop for your body before it goes to its final destination and rejoins with the soul and is questioned in the grave. It is a place that Allah's Messenger ﷺ said that Allah would give you shade on the day that there is no shade except His shade if your heart is connected to that place. So I tell you again, if you view this masjid simply as a place to pray, then you're missing out. But what I've described is only a description for the masjid and how it can be a part of your life right now in the short term while we're living on this earth. And if that's your dream, even the American Islamic dream, that is still not enough. Because this house of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, could be the reason that you make it to paradise. There are many converts to Islam for whom that is an affirmative. And Allah is the owner of all guidance, of course. But it may even be the case that for those who simply see this masjid as being their local place of prayer and nothing more, but if they do, then they're going to have to dig deep to make that real investment. And if we want any of our dreams to come true, then we all have to dig deep. This may seem like a familiar pattern, the masjid raising funds every year and every Ramadan. But be grateful that we are, that we have the freedom to do this, because there are many places where you don't. And be grateful to contribute at this time of development for our community. We have great goals for this masjid and for our community. Great goals of investing and endowment. The one who contributes to our projects and our programs at this time when we are growing, when we are developing, even though it may be harder to reach those goals, but it's helping us to perpetuity. It's not like the one who gives to us later, even if all are great with Allah. The houses of Allah, and especially this one, the ICP, is never without a great cause that will be worked on, whether it is by all the people that you see here today, or those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might replace us with whenever He chooses. So do not wait to be asked, even though we are asking. And when asking yourself how much should you give to accomplish your dreams, that American Muslim Islamic dream for this life and the hereafter, I don't want you to put yourself in the hardship, but I want you to make a valuable contribution. There may be students here. I don't know what you guys are like. I don't know much about any one of you, unfortunately. But when I was a college student, and even in high school, I never had more than $100 to my name. And if you are like how I was, and occasionally just giving $20 to the masjid meant giving all my wealth. Seriously. But that is a valuable contribution. And I never made any such contribution, except that before I even got home, I was already compensated by Allah Ta'ala. But as we go through life pursuing the American dream, and we become fixated on it and need this reminder, this is for you. When a man asked the Prophet ﷺ which sadaqah, which charity and donation is best, the Prophet ﷺ said, أنت صدق وأنت صحيح شحيح تأمل العيش وتخشى الفقر. To give charity when you are healthy and miserly, stingy, you don't want to give. Hopeful of enjoying the good life, but fearful of poverty. You may be one disaster away from catastrophe, but also one big break and promotion away from true comfort. That's you. And you should express gratitude to Allah Ta'ala for what you have been given by giving some back to the causes in need, so that Allah can keep giving to you, knowing that you are a trusted vessel for Allah's wealth. But again, I ask, what and how much should you give? Some numbers that we may throw out and shout out later might be valuable to us in a certain way. But what is valuable to you? And why are you giving? Are you giving just to keep us quiet? So that you can go down and have that biryani that's tempting you all evening? Or are you giving so that you can exert your future influence on the masjid, the house of Allah, and see that it be remade in your image? Think about those things. Or are you really giving seeking piety with Allah? Because if it's for show that you are donating, Allah doesn't need it. Allah's houses do not need it. But if it's for piety, and gifts that are blessed and accepted by Allah and multiplied with Allah, then Allah already told you how to make a pious donation. لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. You will never achieve piety until you spend from what you love. So Allah has set the bar for righteousness. Allah continues in that ayah, just so no one said I didn't quote the whole ayah. وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ شَيْءٍ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ بِهِ عَلِيمٌ. And whatever you spend of anything, then Allah knows of it. But Allah has set the bar for righteousness. That's not just the risk capital that you are quote unquote willing to lose, but that's the vacation money. That's the money for the new addition, the renovation. Allah knows what's going on in your mind and in your heart. That is why Allah tells us and reminds us, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, O you who have believed, أنفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من الأرض. Spend from the good things that you have earned and from that which we have produced for you from the earth. ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم بآخذيه إلا أن تغمضوا فيه. And do not aim toward the defective therefrom, spending from that while you would not take it yourself except with closed eyes. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ حَمِيدٌ. And know that Allah is free of need and praiseworthy. So if it's righteousness that you want and seek, and that is the saving that we want Allah's interest on, then you know what to do. And it is only with righteous giving that we can be a righteous community and realize that true American Muslim Islamic dream now and forever. So I ask Allah, oh Allah, we praise you for blessing us in our health and in our wealth and making us believers in you and in your Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and for gathering us together this evening in a house from among your houses of worship on earth. And O Allah, grant us sincerity in word and deed, and make us among the grateful. You are the hearing and knowing, as-sami' al-alim. Allahumma ameen. Inshallah, I'm introducing our MC for this evening, Brother Mizanur, the chairman of the board for the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh for the last 5 years. There's one more year to go, inshallah, with us. Jazakallah khair, brother, and welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Actually, you have already made the gift by coming here to me. Seeing you coming here in an evening, it's already good enough for us, for me personally. So I always believe that that's the first step. You come here, and then things will fall in places, inshallah. I have to do my due diligence, introduce the board, also thank some people, because at the end of the day, we're ready to go. Food and thanking and it's in between your food and yourself, so it never gets done properly. So I'd like to thank this is possible only because you have the best group of people that you could ever have. Trust me, I'm serving on this board about 7-8 years almost. Next year is my last year, inshallah. So I've never met such good people here, dedicated, hardworking staff, my colleagues, and people that I meet and shake hands every Friday. Alhamdulillah. Every Friday. I only beg you to keep coming here, make this place populated, inshallah. I changed my mind in two big things. One of them I'm going to mention it today. When I used to come here very beginning about 10 years ago, I was perturbed with the kids running around in front of prayer and everything. I changed my mind within 3 years. I believe that that's the best thing that could happen to your family. Bring them here, even though they're a little noisy, even though they're mucking up the floor and everything. Still, it's the best thing, because if they come here, they won't go anywhere else for trouble. Inshallah, we'll keep them here. But that will be only possible if you all bring your family, if you bring yourself, and also help this masjid to grow, inshallah. So, I'm going to introduce our board members, Brother Abdul Haq over there, our vice chair of the board. MashaAllah, this is the best brother you could ever have. I say this is my brother from another mother, inshallah. And then Sister, where is Sister Mesa? Sister Mesa right there, sitting quietly, but don't be fooled. You know, you pay attention to her and give her some money today. Otherwise, you'll be hearing from her for the next few weeks, inshallah. Sister Maisa is our treasurer, who keeps the money in tight, mashallah, and one of the best sisters that I've met. Very particular, very, very rigid on how we spend every penny. Inshallah, if you have any question, don't come to me, go to Sister Maisa. Sister Asiya, our future leader, I hope. Sister Asiya, very young, who grew up right in front of us, you know, part of the Sunday school and youth program and all those things. Now she's one of our leaders. MashaAllah, she will continue to be our leader. Where is Sister Roshan? Brother Adam, he could not be here. He's sick. His family is also here. His sister passed away a few days ago. So please make dua for her. And who else is there? Brother Salim. Is Brother Salim here? He should be here in any moment, inshallah. So I hope I did not forget anybody. Yes. Okay. And my one of the pastor once said, and I was attending a session in New York City. He said, I have 10 PhDs. I'm like, how could you have 10 PhDs? He said he hired people who has PhDs, 10 of them. Okay? He doesn't have PhDs. So to me, inshallah, we hired one of the best imam that we could ever have. That's one PhD I have, although I never earned one. I have one by having Brother Mohsin, who's our executive director. So I might have another PhD. And I will give masters for our part-time brothers and sisters. No, I'll elevate them to PhD as well. Okay, Sister Maimuna, mashallah, she is a very new addition and she's doing excellent work. Brother Bill, who we'll get to know, and all of these people will come in gradually in the program and they'll introduce themselves and they'll tell you guys what they are doing and what you expect from them, what is their job descriptions, and hopefully that will answer a few of the questions. This is actually not just fundraising. We do it because we need to let people know what we do here and what can we do better. So get your feedback after today's event. Let us know what we could have done better or more efficiently. Who else am I? Sister Brother Wahid. Where is Brother Wahid? Brother Wahid is here also. He's the head of our security. He carries a gun. It's concealed. Okay? Many of us do, so we're not going to tell you that. You know, Brother Bill, you know, one of the brother that is very dedicated, inshallah. Make dua for Brother Bill. He's also a convert. So it's a double whammy. I have many other people like Brother Ali, all those people that comes in this, it's countless people I have to thank. Seriously, I can spend half an hour talking about them, how, you know, there's another brother that's living in Pittsburgh, Obi. I felt so bad, I almost was in tears yesterday when he said he was going to leave. Last Ramadan, he was working like, oh my goodness. Every day until 2 o'clock, he'll be cleaning the whole kitchen. How could you not appreciate that? You know, Brother Wala, who else, you know? I'm going to forget a lot of people, so I'm not going to go on and continue. Billy's going to have a red sign, time out, time out, time out. I talk too much. So, also, one of the youngest brothers from MSA, Brother Ziyad, who is a partner in crime, what we do at ICP. Every time we need somebody, he's ready with his crew, inshallah. And some of the sisters, I don't want to embarrass some and not embarrass someone. So, you are the best, and you have my dua, and inshallah make dua for all of us, make dua for me as well, and make dua for the people who make this place better and better and again. The overview of the program, everybody should have a program menu. So it says introduction, welcome and overview, program financial report will be presented by Sister Mesa and Brother Mohsin. Religious program presentation will be done by Imam Chris. Youth program presentation will be done by Sister Asiya, and community program by presentation by Brother Mohsin. In the closing, we will be going on. So this is a lot of descriptive type of thing that's going to happen in next half an hour or so, and then we'll go for our fundraising, inshallah. In between, I'll also remind you where to donate, how to donate. So you're going to donate in many ways. Of course, donating today is the best, but you can do it in Cash App, Facebook, PayPal, cash or check, envelope. There's a pledge envelope, you can put money there. Also, you can pledge. You can pledge today. Today, you can say that I'll be paying $10 every month. I'll be paying $100 every month. So that's doable. Credit card. And we have beautiful auction that's going on. Go around to the table. In the future, if you have any item that you want to donate for auction, that is most welcome. And the best way to donate is with your time. Volunteer. Become a volunteer. No matter what you do or how much you pay, there is no comparison for volunteering. Okay? So with that, I would introduce to where's Brother Mohsin and Sister Mesa. Brother Mohsin and Sister Mesa. Okay.
Before I go, inshallah, I just would like you to watch a testimonial from one of the prominent members of the community that's been very helpful, and I would like you to listen to Brother Abdullah Salim from Salim Grill and Market, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Abdullah Salim, and my family owns Salim's Market in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm very honored to have been asked to give a testimonial about my relationship with ICP. I was asked to keep it brief, but to be honest, it's very hard to keep it brief because ICP has had such a huge impact upon me as a Muslim growing up in Pittsburgh. Having a core institution to call home, to rely on the support of uncles and aunts to help raise me was critical as the son of immigrants who migrated to Pittsburgh. And as we know, the ammus and khaltis and the aunties and uncles are the biggest part of us growing up here as Muslims in Pittsburgh. I can still remember going to karate classes on Sunday and playing with my friends at the ICP when it was on Forbes Avenue on the Pitt campus. We helped move the chairs to the location, which is now on Bigelow Boulevard. I spent my nights and weekends hanging out at ICP as a young man, and I am truly proud to call it home. I genuinely, truly believe that ICP is a critical resource for Muslims in the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas, and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects it and continues to allow it to flourish. We as a community must pull together and support ICP so that it may benefit future generations to come. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My name is Mohsin Al-Jufri. I am the office director here at the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh. It has been an honor, and I've been privileged to serve the House of Allah, to be of your service, the community members. And on behalf of the ICP Board of Trustees, the staff that I'm so proud of, the volunteers, that none of this work can be done without them. I just would like to remind you that all praise to Allah for all the achievement and the good work that we've done here. And we deeply apologize and sorry for all the shortcomings, and we're working very hard, inshallah, to be at your service and deliver what you guys deserve. Before I go, inshallah, and introduce our treasurer, Mama Mesa, as I love to call her, our intentions here is to show the ICP and its many community roles, but before we can get to the nitty-gritty into the many programs we have and elaborate more, inshallah, down the road with the programs. Let's talk about the essential parts of the ICP, our masjid, and ICP's financial health. So, Sister Mesa, if you please make your way and enlighten us.
Assalamu alaikum. So I will talk numbers. So we will compare between 2 years, the past year, 2022, and the coming year, inshallah, while we are doing the fundraising today. So last year, or in 2022, starting from January until today, we have people come for Jummah prayer, and more than 500 because we offer 2 Jummah prayer. And we have a Sunday school. We have 91 enrolled students. We have the food pantry project, and we have more than 125 family get benefit from the food pantry. And we have classes, we have halaqas, and we have programs. And alhamdulillah, everything is running, and always we have like a space for improvement. We have the Sadaqah program, and we distributed plus this year, but I'm expecting to be more the year 2023, inshallah. And we have too much presentations, like 2,500 people come and introduce to Islam. For Janaza, we have 9 funerals. We supported 9 funerals, and then Imam get marriage contract for 15 couples. We have 65 interfaith events, and for the volunteers, we have like a humongous number of hours. It is 150,000 hours of work donated to the ICP. We can go to the projected costs for projected needs for this masjid during the 2023. We having payroll, it will be like $230,000. For sadaqah, I'm expecting a spike in sadaqah. As I noticed in the past year, from January to the end of June, we had almost like 19 sadaqah application. But from July 1st until today, we have like a 45 sadaqah application. So the number increased with the inflation increase. People have so much need for money. Actually, to be clear, the ICP policy, we don't give money in hand, except $10, $20 to buy a meal, for a person to buy a meal. But when it comes to sadaqah application, we have a cap. The cap is $500. But I request to increase this cap because $500 is not gonna help anyone in the future or in this coming year. We see the evaluation, we do the evaluation for the case by case, and most cases is single mom. So the help just be very, very swift, because I got eviction notes from court that people are evicted. I got a shut-off notes from utility companies, people like they have the gas cut off or the electricity will be shut off. So we don't give money in hand. Brother Mohsen, we use the credit card for the masjid to buy the utility for whoever have a shut-off notes. For the eviction notes, we write a check for the landlord and put in the memo section that this is on behalf of brother or sister so-and-so who lives in apartment number so-and-so, and that specify the address. Again, I am highlighting, we don't give money in hand for anyone. We have to investigate, we have to verify, and then we give the money to the utility company or to a landlord if there is an eviction notice. I'm sorry to take from your time, but I will go back. We anticipating or we projecting that we need more money for Janaza funds. Maybe it is $45,000. For the food bank, we need $15,000. For paying utility for the masjid, like gas, electricity, water, sewage, and insurance for the building, insurance for the van, and the insurance for the staff, and it will be $32,000. Ramadan expenses, we have 30 days of cooking and offering iftar, and we plus the last 10 days of Ramadan, we give 10 days of suhoor for people who's doing i'tikaf. So I'm anticipating it will be $120,000 cost for Ramadan. It is only not the food, but utility bill is doubled during Ramadan. For our programs like Sunday school and youth program and summer camp and the Quran competition, we will be needing $40,000. And for the building maintenance and repairs, this number is, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. It was 25,000. It is not 2,500. $25,000 we needed for maintenance and repair. So we will take from there.
Barakallahu fiqh, Sister Mason. Thank you for all this information and sharing it with us. I'm going to perform, inshallah, the adhan, but we will pray, inshallah, after the program is over. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله So with that, barakallahu fikum, brothers and sisters, I just wanted to remind you, inshallah, that we have a table for donations. Please help us reach our goal. We're trying to raise about $100,000 this gathering, inshallah. So you can do that by supporting our services and programs, and you can do it by, like Brother Mizanur mentioned, through online with credit cards. We also have a credit card machines here. You can go to icp-pga.org/donate. We have PayPal on our website as well, Cash Apps, and you can write a check to the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh. Also, we can take cash. We're going to do the auction tables as well. You can participate with that. We have a bunch of items, inshallah, there you can choose from and try to buy them, inshallah. With that, inshallah, I'm going to go back to Brother Mizanur and our Imam Chris, inshallah, for a quick dialogue. Jazakumullah khair.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Mohsin. We're just going to have some casual conversations. So you at least once in a year, we owe it to you to give you some details of how this masjid works, whose role is to do what kind of things. I was just looking at the figure, 500 people every week. Even the half of the people pays $5 a week. Just whenever you come, before you leave, just put $5 in the, we don't need to do fundraiser, seriously, do the math. $5 every time you come for Jummah. That is not hard at all. So if you cannot do it today, make an intention to pay $5 every time you come here. Okay? For you or for the whole family. If half of the people, 200 people, multiply by $5, 250 people every week. That's a lot of money. This is where we are falling behind. If you add all this up, it's about $550 to $600,000 minimum. And the masjid is actually going to the end of its life cycle. Everything that was here, that was built or added or rebuilt, was about 30 years ago when we acquired this masjid. Now everything is falling apart. We just finished the brother's bathroom. You're gonna have to go to the sister's bathroom and all those things. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to Imam and just want you to understand, we've been lucky enough to have such a good brother who's giving us very good khutbahs, inshallah. Whether you lead salah and everything, what else you do besides leading salah? Because people mostly see Imam as just leading the prayer. But there are many things I know you do behind the scene that counts most of your hours.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Anwar. Bismillah. So first of all, yeah, leading the salat and giving the khutbah, of course, they require hours of preparation, especially the khutbah. But in addition to that, as we saw earlier, I perform marriages. To date, since my time here at ICP, almost 3.5 years, I have performed 54 marriages. And every marriage is a little bit different. It requires a little bit tweaking from one to the next, whether it's performed here, on site, or off site, or even out of town. And also I consider that a dawah opportunity as well, because a lot of times there are non-Muslims present. Also, I correspond with incarcerated Muslims from all over Western Pennsylvania and Southeast Ohio. And in addition to that, whenever I get a phone call, which could be any moment of any time, I might get one right now when I'm sitting here, or an email from a hospital chaplain requesting an imam for a Muslim patient. I usually try to visit the very same day, or the next if I cannot go immediately, to assist that Muslim family or that Muslim who has just experienced great trauma from an accident or a diagnosis. Occasionally, I will perform funerals and burials. Most of those, alhamdulillah, are performed by some of the other masajid. They have taken a bit of the weight off of us, but nonetheless, we still perform quite a few. And especially for those that have a connection towards the ICP, and that's pretty much all the Muslims of Pittsburgh. And as a convert to Islam, I take an active role in convert care. We have just about as many converts to Islam as we do marriages. And I have my own personal system for convert care, but unfortunately, because stretched out thin between a variety of different things, I'm not able to implement it to the best that I can. That alone would be a full-time job, considering how many converts that we have. But one of the programs that I can keep up with for converts is a monthly potluck for men, and the ICP provides the venue and meat entree for that. And last one of those we had were 10 of them were in attendance. Alhamdulillah, it was a great gathering of networking and recognizing that we're not alone. And also performing the Muslim reboot class on every Sunday, which despite the title or the original marketing for new Muslims, it's a fairly advanced class. We spent about 3 weeks learning about halal food, a couple weeks learning about cosmetic surgery. Next class will be about insurance in Islam. We also have other special segments that we provide different programs for that I'm active with in every way. For example, the youth. Alhamdulillah, we recently revived the Yani program last March, and it has been super successful, alhamdulillah. I personally oversee the boys portion, while Sister Asya will talk about the girls portion, inshallah ta'ala. And I also frequently assist in educational activities with the full-time Islamic school, UAP, over in Swiss Vale, and sometimes attend and present for meetings of the Muslim Seniors Group of Pittsburgh, which I encourage those eligible Muslim seniors of the community really need to be present for that and show support, especially the men. And also sometimes programs with the Muslim Student Association, the MSAs of the various colleges here. I'm also active in outreach, but that is very, very selective, because outreach is another thing which, as imams know, it can be a full-time job. Many Christians, for example, and Jews, they have individuals who work full-time, multiple individuals who do those jobs full-time. I myself, I'm just being very reactive, and I'm being very, very selective in what I say yes to. So unfortunately, I have to say no to a lot of things because just don't have the time. But I never say no to educating people about Islam, representing Islam, and whether that's visiting a classroom or hosting a group or speaking on a panel. And of course, networking with other masajid and imams is another priority of my work. But again, because the demands of ICP are very extensive, that I have only managed to pay one single visit to AIC, which I did this year, and ICWP also, very first time just within the last couple months. Now, even the things that I'm not actively involved in, even the things that you don't see me leading the effort or not being very active involved with on the ground, I take a consultative role as the religious director, just making sure that things are staying halal, so to speak, and also just providing guidance and feedback whenever I can with synergy, for example, the Sunday school and other different programs that we have. And there are many projects that, of course, I wish that I had more time for, such as our Dawah committee, our matchmaking committee. We also have a weekly on-demand Quran halaqah. But one of the things that I also do and take most joy in, and I'm mentioning a lot of these things because maybe you just don't know that you can see your local imam for these purposes. But one of the things that I take the most joy in is removing obstacles or obstructions from people's paths. What kind of obstructions am I talking about? I'm talking about writing a letter from time to time to a bank, to a school administration, to an employer, maybe to a landlord, maybe to an embassy, explaining to them the religious dictates of that Muslim that must be accommodated. Many times this has led to a lot of great good, alhamdulillah. And all these things, everything that I do inside and outside requires lots of planning, lots of emails back and forth, lots of editing and reviewing of emails, reviewing of text before I click send. That's for the things that take place as well as the things that ultimately, never come into fruition. Because there's a lot of back and forth and micro meetings that go on as well. But what actually consumes the bulk of my time, everything that I've listed so far is just, half of my time. But what consumes the bulk of my time are the one-on-one interactions that I have with individuals like yourselves. This might be as a counselor, sitting down with someone, or messaging back and forth, or speaking with them on the phone or on Zoom, giving them undivided attention. And many of you might know that if I'm in a meeting with someone, I have to shut out literally everyone else because that is their time. One of the things that I learned from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey is that you cannot fit human beings into half-hour time blocks. You have to give them your undivided attention and really listen to them to find out what is needed in their lives, in their heart, what they are seeking. And there was a brother here, he's no longer a member of our community, he moved out recently, but he told me that he did not think that I do much in my job. But then after a while he said he was sitting in the masjid and over and over and over, he would see me come out of my office, meet someone in the lobby, and then we'd go back in my office, and then come out yet again an hour later. And then that would repeat over and over and over, day after day after day, and he realized the imam really is extremely, extremely busy. So that's what I do with my time when you don't see me, and I'm sure I've forgotten a few things.
Thank you. I think the next thing we can do is have Imam trained to do circumcision. That will fulfill it. You didn't get the joke yet, right? That's the only thing left for us to do here. Other than that, he pretty much does almost everything that needs to be done. I mean, this is why when we advertised for the position of Imam, we did not say it's Imam position. We made it the religious director because it encompasses not just the typical Imam leading prayer. MashaAllah, thank you, Imam. What do you think is the most challenging part, and how you think people can, within your job, people can help you? How can they really make it a better role for ICP, make your work better?
Yeah, of course, one of the challenging things, of course, is finding time for everything, just being overstretched for everything, finding time to do proper research, finding time to review for Dars, finding time to review Quran, finding time for lots of different things that, come to my menu, or come in front of me to my plate, because, a lot of unique circumstances are things that really, the buck stops with me. It's something that no one else can do, unfortunately. For the things that I can delegate, I definitely do. And that's why, alhamdulillah, volunteers, mashallah, tabarakallah, we have been really, really blessed with an extraordinary volunteer corps, mashallah, tabarakallah, but we also need expert volunteers. The reason why our fundraiser was delayed 40 minutes in starting was because we don't have someone, a volunteer, that can help with media things. There are lots of things that we would like to do with media things. If you are an expert in anything, not just media or anything, alhamdulillah, we have lots of volunteers that love to roll up their sleeves and do work that we ask them to do, alhamdulillah, and that is priceless. That saves lots and lots of money for us, which saves lots of money for the donors. But at the same time, there are many things that we require experts to lend their volunteering capabilities to do.
So that's what I.
Yeah.
So, like I was thinking of a project. I know Brother Bill is sending me stop ASAP, but this is very important. It's my dream. Even if you're a 7th grader, if your kids are interested, we would like to document every time a brother or sister takes Shahada and follow him for 5 years or 6 years to see what happens. You don't know sometimes the impact ICP makes. And the next presentation would tell you somebody who came to the masjid right after 9/11. It took him some 17 or 18 years finally to become Muslim. But the seed was put into his mind when he came to visit ICP right after 9/11. So if we were tracking him down right after 9/11 and somebody was following him around, that would be a great documentary actually. Why don't we, if you have any expertise in these things, let's get together, make it available, make it possible, inshallah. Brother, where's the video? And while we're watching the video, Sister Asiya will be coming to the podium and talking about her program, inshallah, and she will introduce some great other volunteers that's helping out with the program, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Troy Hagee, formerly known as Father Hilarion Hagee. I spent over a decade in a Russian Orthodox monastery before finally coming home to the Islamic faith here at the Islamic Center in Pittsburgh. And I came back here specifically because this is where I first encountered Islam back in November of 2001, just after September 11th. The Islamic Center here had an open house for all people to come. They welcomed people and they fed them. They prayed to show people the Islamic faith after those attacks. And for me, I think for a lot of people, that was our very first exposure, a real exposure to Islam. And it really planted a seed for me. At the time, I was an undergrad at University of Pittsburgh, and I went on to enter a monastery, and eventually was ordained a Russian Orthodox priest. But all this time, I kept relations with the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh, and the seed began to slowly grow for me until I realized that my faith was Muslim, and I took my Shahada recently here at the Center of Pittsburgh. So, well, like I said, this is where I was first exposed to the Muslim faith, and so much warmth, so much hospitality from everybody that I've come into contact here, especially Imam Kadir, Imam Chris, just everyone. And it's important to realize that at the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh here, it's such a central location. It's at the heart of Oakland, at the heart of Pittsburgh. Oakland is Pittsburgh's cultural and educational center.
Thank you, Brother Troy. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we're going to continue with the program. That was excellent.
Yeah, Brother Troy is right there if you'd like to shake hands with him and encourage him. It's as I said, that he needs every bit of help that we can all help him. But it's a great story, and this story keeps happening in Pittsburgh. As many years that I've been involved here, I've seen many people coming here, food pantry, and then taking Shahada, coming here for Islam 101 and taking Shahada, inshallah. So I will introduce to our, as I said, the next Islam leaders of our community. We are kind of getting gray hair and fading out. Inshallah, these are the people who we will hope that lead the Islamic Center to a different level. Sister Asiya, who's our secretary, takes very copious notes and very detail oriented, inshallah, and always smiling. I've met her like I don't know what size it was, but anyway, with her, I've got a good friendship with her grandfather actually, um, and have a lot of meal in the house, inshallah. So Sister Asiya will talk about different programs that she coordinates, Sunday school, the teen youth sisters program, which is at how many kids are there?
There's about 35 to 40 girls.
35 to 40 girls. If you come here on Friday evening, you'll know how loud and cute they are. That makes this place really resounding place, mashallah. And as I say, as many times, see, brothers, you don't understand. If your teens are coming here, that means they're out of trouble somewhere else. And that's our goal. That's why we need to support this program. And it doesn't happen like automatically. It needs money to pay for the food, pay for the overnight stay, some gifts. And this year we're trying to, inshallah, raise some funds for the sisters who volunteered to be mentored. About 10 mentors, right?
Well, actually 15 now.
15 mentors. And we're giving them a 2-day weekend and somewhere else. You can talk about that. And we need money because these people are working tirelessly for free. So I'll give it to Sister Asiya.
Thank you, Brother Mizunur. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Asiya, like Brother Mizunur just said. So ICP has been great with serving children of all ages, not just the little ones. For the longest time, we struggled with the youth, the older youth, the teenagers. But alhamdulillah, we've been able to work and revive YANI, which is pretty much standing for Youth Alliance for Networking and Empowerment. So we serve all kids now, alhamdulillah, from like ages, I guess, as young as like a baby to like ages 20 years old. And even so, like the mentors who are over age 20, they'll still be able to come here and interact and mentor those who are younger. But for the younger kids, we have Sunday school, which is every Sunday, and Brother Bill will give you more information about Sunday school. And then every Ramadan, we have Ramadan Fun Kids program. And this is actually a lot of pictures from the previous 2 years. This program started in the pandemic when we were having only Tarawih in the masjid. And when we started allowing kids to come to the masjid for Tarawih of ages 14 and older, we needed something for the little ones so that they can be connected to the masjid. So we started this program where every week we had, like on Fridays and Saturdays, we brought the kids from like ages like 5 to 13, and they'll come and they engage in a lot of activities like crafts. We did gardening. We partnered with this organization that gave us free gardening tools. We planted flowers around the masjid, and we also planted some herbs and plants. We grew some tomatoes in the back and grew some peppers as well. And the kids, alhamdulillah, they had such a good time, especially in the pandemic when they had school virtually. It was nice to bring them here and find a way to like interact them comfortably and safely. As you can see, many of them are wearing masks, and alhamdulillah, it was just a successful program. We decided to keep this as a running program, and it will be happening every Ramadan, inshallah. And that's for all kids who are younger, inshallah. And then for the older kids, we have, previous slide please. We have the YANI program, like I said. The YANI program has 2 branches. We have the Teen Boys program and then the Teen Girls program. And these are for ages 13 to 19. Imam Chris, as he mentioned earlier, runs the boys program, and they meet every Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. And then the girls program, which I oversee, is every Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. And as Brother Mizunur mentioned earlier, we have about 30 teenage girls that come every Friday for the program. And sometimes you hear them downstairs, laughing and playing and like just having a good time. If you ever hear that, I apologize, but we get very loud. They're having a lot of time, a lot of good time. And also for the program, if you go to the next slide, please. That's what I'm pleased with his boys. They went to we have monthly activities where each month we go and do something outside the masjid. We want to make sure that the kids are having fun. In addition to come to the masjid to learn Islamic knowledge, we want to encourage them to come willingly, not because you guys are forcing them to come here, but they want to come here themselves. So we have monthly activities where they go have fun. They go to like bowling, they go to like laser tag, like gunfighting, so it's a lot of fun. And then for the girls, we've done a lot of activities. This is all the girls. We've done a lot of activities, including we've had themes every Friday where we brought our flags and we presented our different cultures. And that pictures over there is where we brought our own flags from our different cultures. And there's over like 10 cultures we presented, like Afghan, Tanzania, we have Iraq, we have Morocco, we have Pakistani, girls from all over, alhamdulillah. And then we went to the point, we had picnics, we went to a farm and did pumpkin patch. Alhamdulillah, we have a wonderful time. Over here with me, I have two sisters, Sister Tema and Asma. Tema is one of the mentees. She is one of the wonderful mentees that help with the girls. She's currently registered in the program as a mentee. And then Asma is a mentor. She's one of the girls that helped me run the program as a big sister for the younger girls. So I'll have Tema tell you a little bit about herself and how she's benefited from the program and a little bit about the program in general. Tema?
Take it. The girls rule.
You can disconnect. There you go.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone's having a great evening tonight. I just wanted to come on here and talk about the amazing program that I'm part of, and so many of the girls sitting over there, they're all a part of it, and I'm so happy they are. This program is designed to help young Muslims connect with Islam and their faith and have fun at the same time and learn about other cultures specifically, because as you know and as you see, this program is very, very diverse. We have people from different countries, different continents. It's just amazing. And as many of you know, that it can be very difficult for young Muslims to find a place where they feel comfortable and accepted and they feel like they fit in with the community. And this program just does an amazing job at doing that, for sure. This program provides a safe space for teens to explore their faith and culture without judgment. Being a part of the Muslim teen program can be rewarding and very challenging experience at the same time. It is an opportunity, a very big opportunity to help young people and young Muslims to develop their faith and build relationships and learn how to be successful in life in general. As a member of the ICP teen program, it is important to create an environment that is welcoming, supportive of all the participants, all of the young girls. At our Muslim teen program here, we strive to create a safe space, nurturing space for teens to explore their faith and connect with their peers every single Fridays. And it's just amusing how all the girls literally drag their parents every Friday to come to the program, and that just makes me so happy because, mashallah, I mean, they're coming to the masjid, they're connecting with their community. What better is there for them to do on a Friday night? And we provide a variety of activities that are both educational and fun, such as field trips, community service projects, and most importantly, Islamic group discussions known as halaqas about very important topics and how we can overcome challenges in an Islamic way and in general. And it is also, we offer mentorship opportunities and leadership development activities for sure. Our program is designed to help teens build a strong foundation of faith and knowledge, and we believe that by connecting with their faith, teens can gain a better understanding of themselves and the world around them. We also strive to create an atmosphere of acceptance because we lack that in our community nowadays. We really do. There's a lot of teens that run away from their messages and never come to their messages because they don't feel accepted. They don't feel like this is a safe space for them. And this program definitely did a great job at proving that wrong. Alhamdulillah, yeah. And the youth of today are the future of tomorrow, for sure. And it is important that we teach them the values of Islam so that they can grow up and be responsible citizens and good Muslims and pass it on to the next generation, inshallah. So, being said, if you have a daughter, a sister, a cousin, a niece, please let them know about our program. It is every Friday from 6 to 8. Yeah, just let them know about it, and you're more than welcome there. And that being said, this program has been a great success. In fact, it is one of the biggest youth programs in Pittsburgh, mashallah. It being a great success so far, but we need your help to keep it going. We really do, because this next semester coming up, we have a lot of new participants coming in and joining us, and we need the space, we need the activities, we need the money, we need the food to keep it going and to keep it alive. We need donations to cover the cost of supplies, transportations, and other expenses, and your donations will help us continue to provide this valuable service to our Muslim youth. And inshallah, we will grow together. Thank you very much.
I think we're gonna go very quick on the next person because we're really running out of time and people are getting hungry and things they're gonna be angry and hungry. go to that point. So, Sister Asma, let's just make it a small, very short presentation. I'm so sorry.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asma. I'm one of the mentors. I'm one of the mentors for the program. And I like to cook for the girls. Like, I've done that a lot for them, and it makes me really happy. Something that I feel like is very valuable from this program is just learning where the teens' minds are at and listening to them and hearing their perspectives and what are their problems and what are the things that we can help them with. You know, we are a community. We are supposed to help everybody. And so, as like older people, like the mentors, it's our responsibility to take care of them and to respect them and to just show them love and what Islam teaches. Like, we're supposed to be that example. And we're not perfect, but that's the beauty of this program. We all learn from each other. We all have wisdom to share with each other. And it's very humbling to see how much like these girls have grown. Like, it just makes me so happy, and like it's helped me a lot. Like, it helps my mental health to like be around such good energy. And like, think about it, like normally teens do not want to be like at a mosque like on a Friday night, you know, but like these girls look forward to it, and we as mentors look forward to it, and it's just so nice, and we all benefit from it. What else? I have this whole thing. I have more to say, but I'll try to rush. But yeah, I think it's like really nice to be part of this, because it is like the stuff that they learn now is going to help them for generations. Like, imagine like if you are learning these like good communication skills and how to be open and how to ask questions and how to like be yourself in a safe space as a Muslim, it's going to give you that strength when you leave the mosque to be such a strong Muslim and to be proud of your faith and to be proud of who you are and to see other people proud of who they are. And so I'm happy to be part of that. And yeah, it's just great. I learn a lot from these girls, they learn a lot from us, and I'm looking forward to continuing and seeing how big this this group goes. And please donate. I know you guys have the money. Please donate. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I would love that, and we would all benefit from that, you know. It's for the community. Whatever you give, like, Allah will give you. Like, don't worry about that. Like, be smart with your money, but definitely give. Like, I don't have that much as a college student, but I wish I could give you, like, thousands of dollars for the mosque, because I love this place. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for giving me the mic. Look at that.
So, I know it's becoming a little bit more descriptive, so we're going to go to the next event, next program. We're cutting short some of the other videos. If you're interested to know more about this program, feel free to talk to Sister Asiya and also this great mentors. As of now, how much did we raise? Do we have any figure? But my brother just whispered into my ear that he's donating $5,000, and he does not want to be mentioned, so we're not going to mention his name. Another brother called me yesterday, actually a few days ago. He said he couldn't be here. He gave us about $3,500. So, and I know you are. Is there anybody who at this point who would like to donate, and we can announce if you would like to announce any brothers or sisters, any amount. I'm not gonna say 10,000 and try to sell, like, you know, you go to this market and try to sell your product. I'm not gonna do that. Anybody, any volunteers, any hands for any program that so far you have heard you want to donate? It's bathrooms, it's kitchen renovation, it's the mentors, the money for the mentors to thank them and send them to some place to actually have a good time. These are all volunteers, by the way. Mentors spend hours. If you put $10 an hour and 150,000, hours that the people donate here, the volunteers, how much is it? $1 million, right? 1 million and like $1.5 million. So you don't see that. If you were to hire those people to vacuum it and do all of those things, So okay, we're gonna have a nice play right now, and after that, Brother Bill is gonna come and talk about the Sunday school program briefly, and then we will move into the conclusion of the program, inshallah. Brother Mohsin and I.
Actually, I'm going to talk first while they're setting up for the little performance.
So we only had, we had 21,000. We're way behind. So brothers and sisters, those who are staying home and watching this program, please call, make a pledge. Even if you can, somebody raise a hand.
No, I'm saying the people at home are right there in that camera.
Oh, hi, how are you? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I thought the camera was there. Anyway, this is the only time you will see an MC with a gruffy beard, not at all good looking guy. But may Allah forgive all of us and forgive myself, inshallah. So please donate when his time is right. This is the time. We never know when you're going to be gone. It could be split seconds and we're gone. It may not be the next day, we may not meet with each other. So time is an essence, and also this masjid believes in you and relies on you. So please donate, be generous, and be grateful to Almighty Allah. And Allah will give you back in many folds, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Just Brother Bill, is there a presentation you're going to make right now? The performance? Inshallah.
Alright, so Assalamu alaikum everyone. I think most of you know, my name is Bill Bartlett. I serve as the coordinator for the Sunday school. And so briefly, I know everyone knows what Sunday school is all about. It's about educating our youth in Islamic things that are important for our Islamic lifestyle. So kids learn level appropriate Arabic and Quran, and also age appropriate Islamic studies. The intention is to build good behavior, good Islamic behavior, and also pride in themselves as Muslims in America. So that the program runs from ages 3 to 13. Kids that are 14 oftentimes stick around and help us as assistants. The school is very diverse. There's a wide range of socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds. As Sister Mesa mentioned earlier, we had just over 90 students register in the fall, and inshallah, I'm hoping we get to 100 this spring. Registration is now open. I want to give a quick shout out to all our teachers though, because they put in so much effort on the weekends. It's really impressive. Sister Kiana, Brother Al Hussein, Sister Etta, Sister Naima, Sister Manal, Sister Hind, and Sister Bushra. And plus we have about a dozen teenage assistants that help it all happen. And none of it would happen without the parents. I really appreciate the parents coming through, paying tuition, and also volunteering for lunches and cleanup and classroom support. It's, alhamdulillah, it's amazing. And also, for anyone that wants to send their kid to Sunday school, but may not feel that they have enough money for tuition, there is assistance available. And last semester, the ICP, through donations like yours today, were able to help parents send their kids to Sunday school through scholarships. And for that, we spent over $3,500 in scholarships. So, mashallah. If you have a child that is of this age, 3 to 13, please, you can scan this code on the screen, and it'll take you right to the registration page. The registration for spring semester opened up the other day. It's $200 for the semester for your first child, and $150 for every child thereafter. And the schedule's there. I think this is where Sister Aya, are we good? Almost, all right. So, oh yeah, donations. So Sunday school requires money for sure. The teachers get paid. Alhamdulillah, I want to give an acknowledgement to Salim's Market and Grill. They donate graciously lunches every week for the youth. So, alhamdulillah, appreciate the parents, appreciate our sponsors, and for you all, please remember you can donate here. You can donate with the QR code here. You can Cash App us. You can donate through Facebook or PayPal. We've got icp-pgh.org/donate, and you will have your options. And the students, some of the students of Sunday school are ready to give you a little performance, I believe. Inshallah. All right. So a special thanks to Sister Aya Safil, who has led this effort.
Get your camera ready. This is the only presentation you're going to see. It's beautiful and record it, and we're going to play it again and again, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm proud to present our Sunday school students. They're doing a play called Who Will Put the Black Stone Back in Place. Please be kind and respectful while they're presented. They worked really hard on this. Thank you.
Because he was so fair, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was often called upon the people of Mecca to settle their arguments and offer advice about their problems. The Kaaba had fallen into disrepair after floodwaters had damaged the building. The family of Quraysh, the caretakers of the Kaaba, were putting the finishing touches on the Kaaba when an argument broke out. The remaining place to be put back in place was the sacred black stone. To replace the black stone was a special honor. What family was the most deserving?
Who will put the black stone, black stone, black stone? Who will put the black stone back in place? Who will put the black stone, black stone, black stone? Who will be the one to win first place? I am the richest. I am the eldest. We are the noblest of the clans. 100 camels. Thousands of servants. 27 caravans. Who will it be? Pick me. No, me. Wait. We need a helping hand. The first man to enter by the gate will be the one to decide our fate. Who put the black stone, black stone, black stone? Who will put the black stone back in place? Who will put the black stone, black stone, black stone? Who will be the one to win first place?
The men waited anxiously. Suddenly, footsteps were heard. The crowd eagerly looked up, and a cry of delight went up from all the men when they saw who it was.
Muhammad, Muhammad, Muhammad! Muhammad is the kind, Muhammad is the best, Muhammad is the best in all the land. Will he pick the richest? Will he pick the eldest? Will he pick the noblest of our clan? Who will it be? Me! No, me! Stop! Let Muhammad take a stand.
Muhammad ﷺ thought for a moment and asked one of the men to go and bring a cloth. He put the black stone in the center and asked a man from each tribe to pick up an edge of the cloth. On the count of
1, 2, 3.
the men hoisted up the cloth, carrying the black stone to the Kaaba. Muhammad ﷺ was given the final honor of replacing the black stone.
We all put the black stone, black stone, black stone. We all put the black stone back in place. We all put the black stone, black stone, black stone. We all is all for Muhammad's grace.
And so with the wisdom,
Allahu Akbar. Learn the lesson. Go ahead.
and so with the wisdom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had bestowed onto him, Muhammad ﷺ was able to make a fair and wise solution and once again won the hearts of his people.
Ameen, 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 ameen.
In this story, we learn about the rebuilding of the Kaaba, which wouldn't have happened without the unity that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ instilled in the citizens of Mecca. So please, let's unify ourselves to help build up our masjid, just like the Prophet helped rebuild the Kaaba. Thank you.
MashaAllah. Thank you, sister.
Another round of applause, please, guys, for these birds of the Jannah, inshallah. Thank you, Sister Aida. And special dedication to Sister Naima Al-Hara for writing the script, and Aya for making it to live. Thank you guys. Barakallahu fikum. Thank you to the Sunday School.
Brother Mohsin and I will conclude the program. We're going to be very, very quick, inshallah. But this is a Broadway show. You would have to pay $50 a ticket, okay? So if you are living here without at least donating $50, you're not paying for the performance. So inshallah, pay for the performance. If you don't have money, borrow it from me. You can pay me later. Inshallah, mashallah, this is a very good program. As we are concluding the program, we will pray Isha and then we will go to sisters. We're almost done. Can we have a seat, please? Sisters in the back. Please have a seat. Brother Mohsin, can you come? As you heard, Brother Mohsin is the executive director of our ICP Islamic Center of Pittsburgh. Brother Mohsin, how much money we got?
Let me get you the tally in one second.
Here. Okay. So inshallah, no matter what happens today, we may not get too close to our goal. As we said, we have $100,000. We have broken bathrooms. Sisters who go to their bathroom, they know that every time there is a rain, the water is gushing. It still is $22,000, So now,
let's go, brothers and sisters. Dig deep in your pockets. We have no doubt that you guys go and donate generously, but I'm urging you guys to reach out to your friends, family members, whether they live here in Pittsburgh or other places. They can donate online. They can send checks. Please help us reach our goal. It's essential for us to raise this money, especially this period of time. Like Sister Maisa talked to us earlier about why do we are seeing an increase, an influx of resettlement brothers and sisters from Afghanistan, refugees. We see a lot of applicants for the sadaqah because of the cost of living is getting higher, the inflation, etc., so on and so forth. So help us please reach our goal.
Brothers and sisters, you don't have to donate like $10,000 if you can, if that's fine, alhamdulillah. But you can just, if you have a business and you can donate some time, we have in the front of the sisters' entrance, the steps are falling apart. If you would like to come, take the project out of our hands, put some concrete, make it a new steps. If you have the expertise, as I say, sometimes your time is more important than the money. If you want to just donate 10 faucets for the sisters' bathroom, fine, alhamdulillah. If you have it in your house, if you have a construction business, I'm just giving you an example. The services that we need here, if you want to do that. If you want to sponsor a kid even for Sunday school, that comes here, that's also good. If you want to sponsor the bathroom renovation entirely, that's about how much? Brother Mohsin, the bathroom renovation, that's the sisters' bathroom. How much do you think the bathroom renovation is going to cost us? Come on, stay with me. Help me.
So we alhamdulillah, because of your help, we renovated the man's bathroom up here, and it cost us about $50. So we're looking about renovating and doing the same thing downstairs for the man's bathroom downstairs. Brother Bill, would you be able to show us some pictures of the situation that we have downstairs?
Yeah, we will show you real pictures that we have taken around the building. What we need to do. As I said, this building is almost ending its life cycle. So every 25, 30 years, you probably have to change almost everything from furnace, heating, tiles, it goes bad, and then you have to put new tiles, new bathroom, new fittings. So when we're waiting, any brother wants to donate to it, I'm going to start with $10,000. Anybody is here? Please raise your hand. Sisters, don't be shy. Sisters, I know you guys have money too. Some of you make more money than the brothers, My wife makes more money than myself, so go figure.
This is what we're dealing with right now, brothers and sisters.
See,
we need our masjid to look
This
good.
is our masjid. This is not anybody else's masjid. And we can't have this continue to go like this. We need to repair, we all have to pitch in,
How about our kitchen, Brother Mizunor? We need to be up to the health department requirement, and we need a hood. We don't have a hood down in the kitchen. as well. We
Yes.
just have fans.
Yeah, the kitchen itself is $100,000 ticket, you know. Of course, we're gonna have to do smaller fundraisings as the year goes on. But as I said, this kitchen was done about 25 years ago. It's time that we put a new kitchen there. The stoves, the oven doesn't work. You have Friday food, somebody has to come, we are in the morning to start cooking because the oven, none of the oven works. So it takes longer time for the sister who cooks. You know, I thank her for her services. Also, today's food is cooked by Sister Fauziya, right? It's a very good food. Enjoy and make dua for her, for her two kids. You know, she's a single mother, so please make dua for her as well. And also the cook that cooks every Friday, make dua for her. Make dua for the people who established this mosque many years ago. I always say that. Had not they done this masjid, take this property and done this masjid, imagine what we would have to do. We would have to go far away from here to pray. All those people that are going to the University of Pittsburgh, students, faculty, staff, they all are coming here. This makes the most convenient place for them to come, and other universities around here. So it is that in their wisdom they bought this place, and we are enjoying it. So make dua for them, make dua, lots of dua for them, because of them we are enjoying it. Make dua for all the leadership that up to this level who kept this masjid alive and kept this masjid going on, where a lot of people took shahada, a lot of kids are learning. So what these kids are doing, I learned it when I was 9 years old. You know, the story of Kaaba and everything. Look at how beautiful it is that kids, 6 years old knows what happened. You know, it's going to be imprinted in their brain. Your money is going to help them to have that knowledge. Your money is going to help them to get the first lesson of Islam, get the first surah memorized.
Right? Barakallahu fi, Brother Mizanur. Brothers and sisters, you know we are still faithful, alhamdulillah, to our mission, which is to unite, to educate, and to empower. Right now, we have many programs going on, and we need support for that. But we also need more programs. Like I mentioned earlier, the Afghan refugees, and we have issues with the community in Northview Heights, with the Bantu Somalis, what's the other community that we have in Northview Heights, Brother Mizmas, Congolese. And we have, again, I go back to the Afghan refugees as well. They need a lot of support. Like I said, we need to hire, for example, a youth program coordinator. It's going to require more than $70,000 a year. We need to hire a health tutor for our youth and for our converts. We can't do it without your support. The $500,000 and plus that we generate every year is not sufficient, is not enough. Can you believe the Islamic Center of Pittsburgh is the center of Pittsburgh, and we don't have more than $500,000, for example? We can break even, only break even every year. Look at other centers all over the world. Just not why all over the world, just Chicago or other cities, right? Ask them how much money do they raise. I know that we don't have a big community here, but alhamdulillah, it's growing. But we urge you guys, we urge you to reach out to others, business people and professors and, you know, anybody, every penny helps.
If you go to church, everybody who goes to the church, they have an annual membership they pay. And those are not like 2 zeros next to a number or 3 zeros. They're sometimes $50, $70, $100,000, depending on who they are. Also, it is within the system of the Christianity, they pay 10% of their earning every year. It's called tithe, you know. Trust me, this is why you see this big, although they have 10 people in the church, but just the cost for running those churches were like 70 feet high, the ceiling, you know. Imagine the amount of heating and cooling that it needs, you know. If they can pay for it, why can't we? As I said, if 250 people every Friday pays $5 to $10, well, before they get into the Jummah, I don't want you to put money when you're getting out. Put the money first and then get into it, because you at least owe this to the masjid, because you're using the facility, you're using the water. Not that it's tit for tat, but who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for it? Us. Because we all come here and become the beneficiary of this masjid.
And we can assure you, brothers and sisters, that we are using every penny responsibly. We have these staff. I'm so proud to be among and working with these staff, like Brother Bill and Sister Maymuna and Brother Abdul Wahid, that I would like him to come and join us here on stage and talk about a little bit of what he do in terms of security and the grants that he's involved with and trying to raise money. We are going after grants. We are right in that. These staff are not only working back in the office, I can assure you that. I've seen Sister Maymuna yesterday helping cook for the Jum'ah, raising the money with the meals. Brother Bill here does not do just Sunday school. He goes, he does the shopping. We, unfortunately, that you've seen some pictures with the problems that we had with plumbing. We had to stay here up to 3 hours. I'm not saying this to brag. Alhamdulillah, this is our job. We will do it over and over and over again. But what I'm trying to say, to summarize it, that this staff, they wear so many hats. They're not here just to do work back in the office. We do so many other things. Alhamdulillah, we're so proud to say that we do custodian job. Since Brother Hani left, we don't have a custodian. Alhamdulillah, thanks to a lot of volunteers that they do help, but we do understand that volunteers cannot or don't have the time. You know, they have other responsibilities, they have their jobs, and they do what they can. And without them, again, a lot of things can't be achieved. But again, I want to thank our staff here for the amazing job that they do. Brother Abdul Wahid, can you tell us a little bit about where we are with the security? Because that's another major issue that we need to heighten and fix, not fix, but tackle.
Assalamu alaikum. Usually when you see me, I'm telling somebody that they parked in somebody's driveway, correct? All right. Now, we do a little more than that. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that we do, and there's a lot of behind-the-scenes people that work for the safety and security of ICP. First of all, I would like to give thanks to members of our community, of our committee, and we had it broken up into, we had a grant writing committee, and it took us 2 years to receive a grant. Well, however, you may first think, well, you got the grant, so you don't need any more money. But we do need funds to support what we got, so we can complete the order and put in some of the programs and put in the doors and the lights and in the windows that the grant may not cover. So, first I would like to thank Sister Niama for her hard work on the grant. I would also like to thank Sister Anis, who's not here, for her. I mean, we met with the, it was called the Pittsburgh, it was some high up emergency management team. And first I was committed, but I wasn't really committed until we sitting there negotiating with a police captain, a fire captain, a paramedic captain, and also a person from the Homeland Security. And we have a sister sitting there attending her child. And I said, man, I have to step up my game, you know. And we also had people who have all types of things going on in their lives who do help. Maybe you don't have to do that, but, you know, we all can do a little something, myself included. All right, so I also would like to thank Brother Mizan Noor's wife, Sister Tajin, and also Imam Chris, because Imam Chris did some of the editing to make sure that we had everything written correctly so that the people looking at our grant application knew that we meant business. So we did, the first grant got denied, but we did receive the second grant. Also, we have what I call our E-grant team, which is Sister Mesa, Brother Musin, and myself. And what our job is to do now is to make sure that we do spend the funds correctly and keep good track of the money. Okay? And then also I'd like to thank our safety team. These are the brothers that you see along with myself who are telling people they really can't park there for the 5th time. Okay? That's true. Also, Brother Wala, he's out on the street with us and in the building. Also, Brother Abdul Hayy, he's not here. Also, we got a new young brother, Brother Jihad, he's here. And I also would like to thank any of the people who volunteered during Ramadan to help us out on safety and security things. Okay, so what we do for safety is we utilize the following. First, we utilize our safety team to be the eyes and the ears to make sure everything is going smooth. If we get any anything happening, we have a good relationship with Zone 4 Police Department. The second thing too is every Friday, Zone 4 Police Department furnishes us with a community officer, and he sits out there with his car as a help and as a deterrent. And the other thing we utilize is, we utilize our key fobs and all this stuff. The key fob system is all for our safety and it's all for security. Then we have some other things coming down the pike too, is to train us how to respond to an emergency threat situation here at ICP. So be patient with us, and I sat where you're sitting at. You know, you're thinking of other things, but there are a lot of things to support this institution here, and we're here to ask for your help. Either way, either through volunteer or through, through money.
Thank you, Brother Wahid. You know, I think we got another $5,000 donation. Anybody here to match? Brother Rahim? You've been quiet. What's going on? Raise your hand. Make Nia. Inshallah, 5,000? Inshallah. Brother Rahim says 5,000. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I know the brother is very generous. Okay? Brother Muhammad, what's going on? I'm going to come to you. All of you, because I know your names. I will learn your name and then tackle you next Friday until I get to 100,000. You're not going to get rid of me. You're not going to be able to do that. You know, and then I'll take you to dinner, inshallah. Myself, my money, my fee, inshallah.
Remember, brothers and sisters, sadaqah extinguishes sins like water extinguishes fire.
Subhanallah. You know, I think it says in the Quran that one who wants to have save himself from hellfire is the one who thinks of Allah consciously and thinks that consciously donate money for charity from his wealth. Hellfire, what we're going to be put in, think of it. It will be burned, and then God will give us new skin, and it will be put in again and burn again. Imagine one time. Imagine put one day by mistake, I put that my finger just to see I was stupid. How much temperature it has, you know, the cigarette thing that you put it on. I don't smoke, so I don't know. So somebody had the card, that little thing that you put it in, that you light your cigarette with. I put it in, God, oh God. It was like 4 years, my whole front of my index finger was burned. You know, my skin fell off. After 3-4 years, I got relief.
Brothers and sisters, we're not going to serve dinner if we don't reach our goal.
Gotcha.
No pun intended. No, I'm just kidding. I will let our Imam pray, inshallah.
Brother Sadir Rahman, you've been quiet today. Come on.
I was talking the past fundraiser.
What do you say? Inshallah? Inshallah.
Another hadith from the Prophet ﷺ reminds us that you can treat your sick by giving sadaqah.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Brother Farad, how are you doing? Inshallah. Inshallah. Say inshallah, and I'll come to you. Brother Salim, ask other people to say inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. I know I'm not in a program, and I kind of force myself to say something, but I want to talk about soccer, not because it's connected to the fundraising, but not to brag also about my country, Morocco, but you all saw the team, how they worked hard, how they impressed us. I don't know about soccer, but I've heard about this good team, so I want to tell you something about this team. These kids, or the players, they were not raised in their own country. They live in non-Muslim countries. And I think we can connect that to the presence of the masajid. If there was no masajid there and no support, they will not turn up to be the kids we were impressed with. They really gave us a joy, and we had fun with them, not because of soccer, but we saw how people were impressed with them. Some of them, one of them memorized the Quran, one of them lead them at Fajr time, and we never saw them before, so alhamdulillah, I can tell, I'm sure that they were raised in by parents first, but going to the masjid in a non-Muslim countries, that's what helps to see that good work, good teamwork. So, alhamdulillah, please donate, please support the masjid leadership. support the masjid so we can see kids in the future like that to impress us. Jazakallah. And thank you for letting me talk.
So this is my sister. I'm not gonna say how we are related, but this is my sister from Morocco. Sister Nema, who was serving the board for last many years. This term she's not with us, but inshallah I hope she'll come back and join the board again to lead the board. Brothers and sisters, I'm gonna make some announcement. Go to the auction corner. Those who want to buy something like big bag of women clothes, suggested price is $80. ICP mugs, that you have to have it because it's a limited edition. Okay, donated Qurans. There are plenty of Quran there. You cannot go wrong buying a Quran, no matter how many you have already. So it's $30. Okay, minimum suggested bid. Green box, tajweed with here and what is it? English translations. Okay. Wooden boxes, $20. Kaaba door decorative boxes, $75. Japanese tea set, 6 cups and plates, $50. Metal serving trays, $25. Eternity jade tea set, $75. Trumpet teapots, $100. Sugar bowl, $50. Ghana cups, $50. Teapot sugar bowl, cubes and serving tea tray, $50. Sugar spoon, $50. You know, 2 simple clocks, $50 each. Prayer clock, $50. 99 names of Allah in a frame in a plaque, 8 by 10 plaque, $50. 10 by 12 Allah plaque, $100, and gift certificates in many prices. Please stop by there. Inshallah, within 5 minutes we'll resume for Isha, and then I'll hand it to Imam and make his last speech and make dua for us, and then we'll.
Takbir. We just raised $5,000. Alhamdulillah. Anonymous brother. Takbir. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. We're going to pray Isha first, and then we'll go downstairs. Please, some of the volunteers, if you can stick around right after the dinner so we can break it up and clean the place. That would be great. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah, brother. Just as we mentioned about requiring help every single time we have one of these events, we know that we've kept you for a long time, but when we talk about the value of volunteers, one of the things is that volunteers help us so that our staff do not get burnt out, and you know, we want to keep them and retain them. Alhamdulillah, and always after these events, there's always someone here until like 2 a.m. cleaning up. So if everyone, after you have your plate and eat, make sure to clean up after yourselves. That's so important. And you know, if there's anything else, then you know, please, you know, make sure to clean something before on your way out.
I forgot to edit it inadvertently. I make a mistake. You know, the name that came to me is Brother Sharif. I didn't thank him. Brother Sharif is also very steadfast, been involved in the masjid for the last 15 years, even more longer than that. So far I can remember. When I start coming here, I see Brother Sharif helping day in and day out. Inshallah, we will be praying Isha in 2-3 minutes. If you have to go and do wudu and everything, meanwhile, we can just do the logistics, make sure we clean the place so we can pray, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Any mistake that is made today or in the back or it will be made in the future is all me. May Allah forgive us and please forgive me. On behalf of the ICP board, I thank you for coming. All the success and everything is praise be to Allah and to you also who made it a successful event. As I said, just coming here made it a very successful event. Inshallah, brothers and sisters who couldn't come and staying home and listening to us, the time for donation does not stop today. As I say, we will be coming to you. If somebody is not in town, I know there's a waiting, a lot of us do not come. There's a community waiting that's taking place. Anytime there's a waiting, you lose a lot of people. Because most of us are known to each other and friends and family. So, inshallah, they will be coming and back and donating. Jazakallah khair wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, we'll call their comment in 1 minute. Just ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this masjid and accept from all of us and to bless us in our wealth and to open our hearts. And as you all know, asking and giving, these are both very, very difficult things. It's not comfortable for anyone. So be grateful for this opportunity. May Allah